Ahoy there, I'm TinyPirate and welcome back to Cosmoteer. This is going to be another single player episode against the campaign because I have found, I can't remember if this was a Vanguard world or if it was just Elite worlds, but I've found a couple of Vanguard class worlds over here in the middle. I don't think I've fought Vanguard before. I fought Elite, but I'm not sure I've hit Vanguard. So we are going to rebuild for Vanguard. And that will mean, in my mind, a ton more Alpha Strike. And we've got a bunch of money, so I'm pretty sure I can do that pretty simply. I'm going to start some of it now with you watching, so you can get a... So we're going to blueprint mode, so you can get a feel for what would be involved. The first thing I wish to do... I'm going to bring that room with us, is to basically cut this in, cut the ship in half and line it up. Did I get that wrong? All right. Okay, so straight down the middle there. So we're going to cut that ship in half. We're going to fill this with corridors, and then I'm going to have a look at what kind of space that would sort of give us and how much it would cost to then fit out. I actually don't think it would cost that much to really expand and widen this vessel, and that would give us the ability to put in an absolute monstrous amount of missiles, which I think is pretty much what's going to be required. So I'm going to crack on and do that now, and then I'm going to catch you once I've fixed things up just a little bit more. Here we go. I have stretched this bad boy out, and now we've got something like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 missiles per side. Oh, and there's even more down here, of course, so that makes it 21, 24 missiles. That's quite impressive. I've added a whole bunch of point defense around here. I'm thinking of maybe adding some speedy, maybe I should add some speedy floors to things, corridors, moving corridors. That might be helpful. We could have one set going up this side and another set coming down this side. Oh, no, just take that away. So this could be quite helpful, maybe. I don't know for sure, but it's worth a shot, isn't it? So I think this is looking pretty good so far. I have got a lot of, I'm going to put these in for a reason. I have got a lot of missiles on here, and they're backed up with shields the whole way down. So I'm hoping that this will do the trick. I can't promise anything, basically, but I'm pretty confident that it is a pretty tough ship at present. I'm just going to put some defensive fire, anti-fire things in. It seems to be a good idea in general. And I think that might be the ship basically done. Put 1 or 2 there, like that. That seems good. Yeah, not too shabby, I think. Pretty tough looking. So I'll stick 1 more there. Cool. So that's used up pretty much all of our money. And it's, yeah, I think this is a pretty badass looking ship right now. I might just test it. I think we're going to test it first on like an Elite world over here. Yeah, I think an Elite world would be a good idea. So let's charge up the old FTL. Let's just go faster. Zip, 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 zip. Make sure everything is ready. We've got everything, weapons on, yes, shields on, yes, missiles are all loaded, and in we come. So, at Kappa Tisporo, why are there 3 of them over here? I suspect that they are some kind of small little ship flying as a cluster, but we'll figure that out. I'm actually impressed still with the maneuverability of the craft. As you can see, it's pretty quick. I'm on 1 time speed. And all these ridiculous number of engines that we put in are actually helping. What we don't have is a slowdown engine, which I'm not sure if it matters. Okay, so what have we got here? You've got a lot of cannons. What do we want to take out first? I kind of want to take out... I'm going to do it side to side because I suspect they'll inflict a lot of side casualties anyway. And somewhere in here, something like that. These little guys shouldn't be a problem too much. Okay, so here come the... Oh, wow. That is a lot of missiles. We want to slow it down a little bit more. Oh, wow. If it's not careful, then some of these others are just going to get shredded. How are we looking? The beams are a pain, but the missiles are coming in. Oh, they've taken out the nose pretty thoroughly. Do we have the rate of fire? So those cannons are taking an opportunity shots over here, which is great. We've got damage coming in, but I think we're okay. We are having a hard time keeping up with the missile demand, but I mean, this thing is going up. There's not much left in it. Taking some damage here, which is a little bit concerning. Actually, guys, I want you to focus on these and then this guy right now. Yeah, one down. Good. We're going to need that to repair. Shields have gone and taken a hammering, and they've burst through. But our Alpha Strike is pretty potent. We just have to not take too much damage from multiple directions at once, I fear. Like this guy here is just, you know, taking the mickey now. Come on, get him. We're still pretty maneuverable. It looks like one side has... yeah, there's a few fires in there, but we do have enough stuff around to take care of that, so I'm confident we'll be fine. One more good volley, and I suspect he's done for. He had a point defense there, was it? Take out a missile? Yeah, but it is over for him. Get that energy core. Very nice. So how much damage did we sustain? We lost one of our front batteries. It's not too extreme. I'm a bit concerned about that. That could be a real weakness if it blasts through, right? And down here, we lost a little bit of our missile production and systems and what have you there, but that's okay. We'll repair all that 53,000, still come out ahead. Speed things up a little bit so that we can repair and get loaded up and get ready for the next one. The next one is a constellation. Reminds me a little bit of my wonderful design, but without all the mods. If you haven't seen it yet, I also made some Star Wars Cosmoteer videos and Star Trek and what have you. They were pretty fun. So I think we'll just try and wreck it like this. And we're coming in very fast. Good closing speeds. Do we... okay, so let's have a look. And those cannon shots are absolutely going to have no trouble hitting this big slow thing. And I suspect... how are we looking there? I want to slow things right down. We have lost a little bit of our shields, but he's in significant trouble. So it's just a matter of cutting him up, I think. Actually, take out these cannons first. We don't want them to be around. And then these energy, you know, power cells. Out go the missiles. Just a wave after wave of them. And nice. If I was to do anything right now, it'd be to stretch things out a little bit and just to put in missile factories. Because I'm having a look here, and I think we're having a hard time keeping up. We're just simply having a hard time keeping up with the missiles required. So factories and storage would be a good idea. He's spinning pretty wildly out of control now. And I think we can afford to speed up a little bit. How are we doing? Again, we've lost the side. There is a real weakness there on these corners. Wow. And I suspect that's due to a lack of... oh, come on. These guys are still firing. It's due to a lack of shielding covering the area. Might be very tricky for us to fix that, but I will give it a little go. Now we're going to get some money. So shielding on the corners here is an issue. And in response to that, I'm just going to cut out a little bit of space. What am I waiting to do? I'm going to cut out a little bit of space here to fit in an extra shield, which seems to be okay. You're going to have to vanish and, I don't know, we'll just move you. Should be okay there. Might be hard to power this shield, I suspect, because there's just so much other stuff for this to go through. Do I just return some of this to corridor and put in some more space for people? Whoops. Put in some more space for people somewhere else. I'm kind of tempted to do that because I think we have a real issue with sort of room on this vessel. And I think a little bit of extra armor is probably not a bad idea. Like that. It's starting to look a little bit silly. But I don't object because we have a lot of stuff to worry about in this vehicle. And that is, oh, we need a bit more space. I might stretch things out once more. Fit in a little bit more people. We've got a bunch of cash. and to fit in those missile defenses that we all desperately want to see happen. There we have it. I have expanded things a little bit, so now at the wherever the back of the ship is, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more factories. Couldn't fit them all in evenly because the whole thing has become very lopsided and isn't accurately symmetric down the center anymore. But I think that will hopefully help a little bit. I've also made sure that, yeah, we've got kind of a shield here, a little bit more armor. Corners should be a little tougher. So let's crack on and take out this one. We'll see what this one is like. And then I think we will take on the Vanguard class ships, which could be a bit messy. Okay, so what are you? You actually don't look that scary, I must admit. We're just going to go straight for all those reactor cores and see what happens. Oh, whoa, slow down. Okay, we've got a lot of point defense, but we have a lot of missiles coming in anyway. There's only so many ways your point defense can hold up versus that barrage. Da-da-doom, look at that. Ooh, just cut straight into him. And I think that's all game over already. That Alpha Strike, very, very strong now. Wonderful. I feel like the Alpha Strike could be a little stronger. I'm worried about the Vanguard class ships, very worried. So why not do a quick modification, TinyPirate? What would it hurt? What if I was to just, I don't know, maybe cut the ship down the middle a little bit? That might be a little too crazy, but I could lengthen it because why not? Longer's always gooder, right? We are now at, I don't know, how much is this vessel even worth? It's kind of crazy. I added a couple or 3 more missile launchers down the side. I don't even know if the front missiles will... What is going on back? This thing, this vehicle, I swear it's getting weirder as time goes on. I don't even know what's happening back here anymore. There's a shield here, there's a shield. It's totally out of whack, but it is still quite deadly. And I'm going to trust that I have done something right and that we're going to use it to destroy the enemy, which, yeah, that's going to be our next job. We need to jump first. So to do that, is this a Vanguard world? No, we got to the elites. The Vanguards are here. There are 2 in here. Whew, let's plot this. Plot this jump. Then go cause some mischief. If we can survive long enough. If we can get all our missiles off. Oh, there is a cluster of vehicles, whatever they are over there. I'm kind of worried about. But I don't know. I think we'll survive. What is going on? What I don't get is what is going on? Oh, those engines are really big and pushy and I can't shield them in. Okay, that's fine. Everything else is, I think, ready to go. So let us, first of all, take on this one over here. Okay, here is our first victim. What is this thing? It is pretty massive. And it has a whole wall of cannons down one side. That's going to be pretty tough. The big challenge for us, I think, is we just haven't gone for this kind of... Whoa! That was 4 times speed. Perhaps a little quick. We haven't gone for the kind of massive battery across the front, which, you know, arguably is probably a smart thing to do. Can we just cut this ship off, or can we cut it in half in some way? Would that help? I don't know if it would. I would appreciate if you just didn't bang into the other vehicle, but I do understand you have mobility issues. And we can't back away, which I think is actually a problem I need to fix. Just take something else out. They're inside the shields smacking at us. But, I mean, our missiles are pretty unopposed, so we just need the time for these missiles to reload and get armed up, and we will do a lot better. And I want to try and cut this nose part off here, because I think I'm wondering if that will destabilize this vehicle and it will no longer be firing from the front, or will it? Well, at least we're taking out the power. We're not exactly cutting it in half, and we are taking a little bit of damage. Can you not see anything? We're out of shielding here. The shields are overwhelmed, and missiles are doing the bulk of the damage now. This is a lot tougher fight than I had hoped. I mean, it's okay, but it's not quite as instantly deadly as we had perhaps forecast and predicted and wished for. We're going to have a bit of money out of this. So it might be a good idea. Well, I want those down before they start fires. So it might be a good idea to take that out. Might be a good idea to do some repairs. Maybe add a bit more cannon fire across the front. That one's one down. Do what you can. Oh, wow. Just speed things up a little bit. Up to normal speed. This is not going as good as I'd hoped. Come on. This is causing some real issues for us. We got fires in the front started by those beams. And finally, target defeated. And a whole bunch of missiles just wandering around on their own. What's the damage cost? 31,000 to repair? 245,000 left. Wow, that is going to be a bit tough, but we're going to have to do it because right now we've got some real issues. First is a mobility issue. We don't have any. And second, I think second is going to have to be the damage issue at the front. So let me fix up some of these things and be right back with you. Well, I have added extra motors, engines on the side here. I have added extra cannons on the front, one each, 2 total, one on each side, and generally like a factory and an ammo storage in. It's all totally messy. It's really messy. Will I be brave enough to take on that cluster of 5? That is the question, and I don't know. I'm going to give it a go. That's a lot of enemies to take all at once, so let's just see what happens, I suppose. Key for me is going to be taking these guys on relatively slowly. Like, can I go from like here on that one? They're moving away until they're all in range. This is a bit worrying. Where are they trying to drag me? They haven't sensed me yet or something? I'm not so worried about this little guy. I think he'll get taken out. These guys have so many cannons. I don't know. I don't know if I can handle them. Oh, thank you very much for firing every single weapon at the first ship you saw, you silly vessel. I told you not to, but you did it anyway. Okay, I want you to keep away. So throw those engines into reverse. And likewise, maybe take that out before it sets everything on fire. This is looking a bit worrying. There's a lot of damage coming in from the side. Shield's already down over here to a degree, which leaves me uncomfortable. Take out this weapon first. Oh, our front is already totally smashed. We got a vehicle behind us. This guy's far away but coming in. Damn it, that is a real shame. We're still hitting them hard with the missiles, even though they have pretty good point defense. But I mean, look here, this guy's just sitting at the back here, unmolested. We've cut him in half. That's a good sign, but we're still seeing damage from this beam, which is terrible and very annoying. Do we need to focus on the next one? This guy here is wrecking us quite severely. Can we, I don't know, just chop at him somehow? I don't know. I don't think this is working. I don't think that this is working at all. I think we're going to go down. Speed things up a little bit. Yeah, against this much point defense, it's clear that the basic answer with this enemy would have been just a wall of cannons. And since I've gone for the missile route, we don't have that option. They are taking out all of our attacks, and we've got a few cannons left firing, but I don't know, this is not looking pretty. I think this is pretty much game over. What a shame. No sensors left. Only a few missile launchers going. We have been defeated. If you think I should try again, perhaps with a better vessel or somehow modify this one, then let me know in the comments below. I could, I don't know, sell all of the missiles and just put an absolute wall of cannons in. Just wall of cannons, and I don't know, see how that works. If you'd like to see that, do let me know. Until next time, I'll be TinyPirate. Thanks for watching. Good night.